All right, guys, it's time for a little That Vegan Teacher. Okay, That Vegan Teacher and I, we grew up together on TikTok. Incredible stuff. She's not a big fan of me. She made a video about me a while back, and she didn't like a lot of things I had to say. I think she also called me fat, which was very funny. But that's not what we're here for. We're here for this video here. It's called That Vegan Teacher Needs to Be Deplatformed. Sorry if my voice slips a little bit. We just did about 2 hours of reading for a previous segment. Yes, I'm counting calories today, my love. Sorry. So yeah, let's see what she did to that makes it that she needs to be deplatformed by August the Duck. Just so you guys know, if any moment in this video resonates with you, timestamp it below. Let's get this started party. I can't put a preview of what we're watching today because YouTube will delete this video. Wow. So just imagine a person saying the worst thing you can think of. Well, yeah, okay. It sounds like my typical group chat with my friends. That'll get you pretty close. All right.
Well, guys, today is not going to be a good one. There have been a few moments where I've had to make a video like this, and it's always disheartening to learn that
I think he's really a duck with a big head.
a person that I thought was just making goofy videos is actually a true crazy person.
Well, we already kind of knew that she was a true crazy person. You know, she wasn't really just making videos, right? She was attention baiting to push her narrative of veganism, which is fine. Attention baiting gets a little crazy, and I think it's a turn off to a lot of people. I'm not sure how many people it resonates with, but you know what? I'm sure some people love the vegan teacher, you know, and she's not bad. Okay. So she's terrible.
It's never a good day. Every now and then, a person who we've covered multiple times on this channel will do something that shows their true nature. And once that true nature is...
Oh my God. I honestly don't know what you're talking... Unless she starts eating a hamburger, I don't know what true nature you're referring to because she's been crazy. Like, just so you guys know, if you're not aware of this, that vegan teacher at one point was trying to reclaim the N-word. Let that sink in. She took all 6 letters and she's like naturally intelligent, gorgeous. I think that you get I think that you get what I'm saying here. I think there's much else I need to say. So, you know, we kind of knew her true nature for a while. Just to be clear.
Is shown, it's really hard to take it back. And once you've seen it, it sort of forces you to rethink all of the other things you've seen that person say or do in the past. Unfortunately for us, we have seen that vegan teacher say and do a lot of things, but nothing quite like what we're going to see today. Earlier today, I came across a video from that vegan teacher titled something like, "I don't want to be that vegan teacher anymore."
Okay, I mean, it makes sense. It's got to be frustrating, constantly rage baiting for attention. You know, I could see that.
Clicked on it because the title caught my interest, and what I saw was a relatively heartfelt video. It was a very calm, normal video by that vegan teacher's standards, and it was her just kind of talking about how she doesn't want to be seen as that crazy old lady anymore, and how she would like to live sort of a normal life. I was like,
all right, that's fair. She's admitting it was all a lie, it sounds like. And
you know what? People deserve a second chance. Maybe that's something she should work towards, and maybe that's something that people...
Yeah, I mean, like, not for nothing, but to me, if she just came out and said this was like a hyperbolic character, I'm a vegan, but like I'm not this crazy, I'd be like, okay, whatever. There's far worse. You got like these guys sleeping with 16-year-olds on Kick. So, you know, not really too concerned with like her being stupid, you know.
Well, the internet should allow. So I went to her channel to see if she was actually trying to make a difference in the way she portrays herself on the internet. And I clicked on one of her recent videos titled "Psychotic Aunt Robs Baby of Her Vegan Virginity."
Okay, and anyone who, what does it say? Anyone who engages in vegan phobia should be punished under the umbrella of a hate crime. Okay. I guess she's addicted to the views or something, because that's just wild and stupid.
Which is already an awful title, and we've dealt with this term in reference to children with that vegan teacher before, but I watched through it and I was like, okay, it doesn't really seem like she's actually trying to make a difference. And I was about to click off of it when I heard that vegan teacher say one of the worst things that I've ever heard a person say. And I'm not joking, okay? I'm really not exaggerating here. One of the worst things I have ever heard come out of a person's mouth.
Did she say like a hard R? Hard slur? She slurred up?
It's something that genuinely warrants the deplatforming of this woman, and it's making me seriously consider not talking about this woman after this video in order to not give her any more exposure.
What did she say? Is he going to tell us, or is he going to like dance around it and not want to tell us? I'm wondering.
It really is that bad, and you're about to hear it for yourself.
Okay.
Let's begin.
All right, good.
Imagine that this is your baby.
Okay. I can't say anything bad about babies, of course. One time I made a YouTube short joke about a kid. You know, it was like a silly joke. I didn't think it was over the line, but YouTube was like, nah, we're going to have to take this down. It gave me a ban. You know, I thought the joke was decent. It was more making a joke of the parent. But you know what I mean? You learn your lesson. You know, you learn where your line is. And I learned where that line is, and so now I'm a good boy.
And you ask your sister to babysit for a little while because you have to run some errands.
Yeah.
Imagine that you tell your sister that you are vegan and you don't want your baby to eat any animal products.
Okay.
You trust your sister because you think your sister loves you and respects you.
You know, this is an interesting scenario because on the one hand, it is your kid and you should be able to raise him how you want. But on the other hand, I'm pretty sure it's dangerous to be forcing kids to be vegan. It's tough to be vegan in the first place. and I actually had a vegan, I think it was vegan or she was vegetarian, but like a vegan teacher. And she was like, yeah, my kids are not vegan. They eat meat because like you kind of need it for development. Like you kind of need to have meat. And I was like, oh, that's fair. And she's like, well, when they get older, they can make that decision for themselves, which I respect that. But like, you know, kids are growing and they typically need meat. And if they're going to be vegan, I mean, I feel like you should at least be like maybe 14 before you decide to make that decision. Because I can see a 14-year-old making that decision of like, okay, you really want to do this? We can commit to it, you know? But outside of that, like a little baby, you shouldn't be having them be vegan. I think it's unhealthy. At the same time, you could also be like, well, no, it's their kid. They should be able to do whatever they want, blah, blah, blah. And I guess that's fine too. But, you know, so if the aunt's doing that, and it's because they want the baby to be healthy or something, that's fine. So, you know what I mean?
But when you're not looking, your sister takes the dead body part of an innocent animal who didn't want to die. And
how do you know, man? How do you know the animal wasn't like, you know what, fuck me up, fam? You know what I'm saying?
Feeds it to your child.
Okay, so this is the situation we're dealing with, and I feel like anybody with a few brain cells knows that this video is obviously a joke. Like, this is just a video of a baby eating a rib and somebody put a stupid caption over it. Like, you've got...
Are you saying it's not real? Come on, dude.
Gotta know that, and I feel like that vegan teacher knows that, which I think maybe even makes this video worse. I don't know. I don't really know the rules with something like this.
Well, it looks like she found a TikTok and she decided to make a whole thing out of it.
But yeah, you shouldn't feed people's babies ribs if they don't want their babies eating ribs. I think we...
Well, I mean, I don't know. Are you supposed to give babies ribs or is that bad for them? I just don't know in general.
We can all agree on that, but that's not really gonna be all that important in about a minute or so.
Then she makes a video and she posts it for everyone to see.
God.
But the feedback she gets isn't of people scolding her for being cruel and betraying her sister's trust.
No, of course not.
The feedback she gets is praise. This is the kind of vegan-phobic world we live in.
True that, vegan
where
teacher.
a vegan mother cannot even trust her own family to follow her instructions.
That vegan mother, so sad.
And not betray her.
I think the sauce is too much sugar for babies. That might be true. That's realistic. Feeding my vegan babies barbecue ribs. It's probably fake. Come on.
Millions of people have...
But I mean, you know, vegan teacher's looking for an excuse to make some dumbass fucking video. So her seeing that, even though she knows it's probably fake, she's going to be like, oh, here's another opportunity for me to rage bait for attention instead of become a normal person again.
Seen this video and have commented that they think it is funny, and they somehow think that this is proof that the baby wants the meat.
Which I think we can safely say is...
I mean, if he's licking his fucking lips, or she or whatever, it's licking its lips. It looks like it kind of wants the barbecue ribs.
Sort of the normal reaction, right?
Ha,
it's a baby eating a rib. That's funny. He likes the rib. That's cute. That's funny. That's
True.
what a normal person thinks, right? But what would a deranged person think? What would a person that used to be a children's teacher think about this situation? That's what I want to know. Well, it looks like we're about to find out.
Oh, we haven't even gotten to the crazy part yet, huh? What is she going to compare it to, like assault or something?
But look closely.
The baby doesn't even have teeth to eat the rib. Oh my God. We got to get this baby dentures. Everybody, I'm creating a GoFundMe account for this baby to get dentures so they can actually taste the delicious rib by biting off a scrumptious morsel of it.
This meat is covered in barbecue sauce,
which
is made of salt, sugar, and spices.
Okay. Wait, this sounds kind of fair, actually. She might be criticizing them because that might be unhealthy for the baby.
The baby.
Well, then again, what's crazy is baby food is like full of preservatives. No, I think I'm going to make my own baby food when I have babies, and then I'm going to eat it in front of them and say, fuck you. I'm just kidding. But I think I'm going to make my own baby food when I have a baby.
Is enjoying the barbecue sauce, which is vegan.
Yeah.
If this had been a lollipop, the child would have had the same reaction.
Okay.
If this had been somebody's penis,
Wow. Okay. Wow. Okay. That is wild. All right. That was a lot. That was a lot more than I expected. I'm going to be absolutely honest with you. I was not expecting that. I'm legitimately taken aback by that. Oh, okay. All right. I think I can move forward. Oh my God. I am flabbergasted. I am unironically actually stunned. This is not like a this is not an act. I'm actually shocked by what she just said. That was wild. She somehow topped the reclaiming of the N-word. That's almost impressive. Okay. Thank you for the $5 from I'm Not High. The World Health Organization. What the fuck is that? The World Health Organization says. Interesting. It's safe to feed a baby a vegan diet, but there needs to be more fat. Okay, incredible. Well, you know what? It's not safe to feed a baby? Yeah, that's right.
covered in sauce, the child would have had the same reaction.
Bro, I don't understand why you said that. Thank you for the $2 from Tinkle My Pinkle. I just had to stop with what I was doing. Excuse me. That's where I'm at, man. I'm still fucking shocked. Okay.
Let that sink in for a minute.
No, I think I'm not going to think about that. I think I don't think about those things. I didn't think about that. I wasn't thinking about that. It didn't cross my mind. It didn't tickle my neurons. At no point have I ever gone, what if? No. You took it a little far there, girl.
Ponder that.
No, stop.
Picture that.
Stop telling me to picture it. What's wrong with you?
Feel that in your gut.
Papa gut. No. What the fuck is the matter with you?
Let that imagery wash all over your body.
No!
And before you can scream and yell and say that there is a big difference between the two.
Yeah, I'm thinking there's a difference between a lollipop and a grown and a priest's wiener with barbecue sauce on it. He used to call it holy sauce when I was there. Jesus Christ.
I invite you right now to try to articulate that. Because, in fact, there is no difference.
Yeah. No.
I think there's a slight difference between a wiener and a lollipop. Yeah, I'm thinking. I mean, obviously, like her goal, the intention from her is to try to get you to feel emotionally riled up so that you'll be outraged and then you'll engage with this more and it'll get signal boosted. That's the point of all this, just to be clear. But it's still shocking, you know? I'm shocked she went there, to be honest with you.
Oh, you actually did just hear a woman say that. A person who used to be around children professionally.
Well, I don't think that she molests children, if that's the insinuation. But I do think that that was very inappropriate.
Just said that string of thoughts. And it's one of those things that I don't really know how to approach here. A grown woman just confidently said that a word I'm not going to say, of a baby has no discernible difference from feeding that baby a rib. A 60-year-old woman looks at a baby, and that's what she thinks of.
Well, I don't think she's... I mean, maybe that's true. Maybe she's thinking of that. I think again that it's like, oh, what can I say that's provocative? Oh, what if it was this? Like it's all attention baiting. Still fucking wild.
It's what pops into her mind. Arguably, the worst possible thing that can happen to a human is what she starts to imagine happening to a baby. And then, to say that it's no different than feeding a baby a piece of meat. This woman has genuinely fucking gone insane. To think that I was gonna be like, you know what, maybe we should be a little bit nicer to this lady. No, you belong in a fucking prison cell, woman.
Well, not for that. I think that that's I mean, I think that the natural reaction is it's probably time for people to stop making videos about vegan teacher, you know. And I was before. I haven't talked about her in a while, but only to spite her, because this is obviously a plea for attention. This is obviously very desperate from her, you know. And so that's probably the most natural thing, and it's almost it's like it feels like the incorrect way to go, because you're like, this is outrageous. Why would she say that? How horrible. We got to talk about this. We got to, you know. But unfortunately, that's what she's at. That's what she wants. That's her desired outcome. The desired goal is for you to get morally outraged, understandably so, and then for her to like engagement farm. That's the whole point of that. So, you know, you might want to. You might want to, you know, dial down on making those videos just for that reason alone, man.
These are the words of somebody who should not be around children. I mean, there's only so many explanations for having a thought process like this. And
well, I don't think that she's a threat to children. I think that's inappropriate for her to be saying.
They're all.
I think it's something that should be. I feel like that's something that should be bannable from her. Like, it should get her in trouble and punished for that. That's just because I think it crosses a pretty big line. But it's been up for 3 weeks and it's at 25K views. Like, yeah, I really think that crosses a big line. Jesus, it's just it's not something that they should like allow on that platform. That string of like that conversation string, it just shouldn't be acceptable on this platform.
All indicative of a person who should not be alone with children. For a person to say that it's impossible to articulate the difference between these two things, that's a lunatic. One is feeding a baby something the mother does not want it to have, similar to like having a Coke or something at your
it's actually not pronounced Coke, all right,
friend's house when your parents don't let you drink soda. Or you let your niece or nephew eat a piece of candy and you say, don't tell your mom. One is a tiny human
well, I mean, I guess in both scenarios, you wouldn't want them to tell their mother, huh?
Deciding that they don't necessarily want to have the same diet as their parents. You shouldn't force your child to be vegetarian if they don't want to be, just like you shouldn't force them not to be a vegetarian if they want to be. Now look, should you be giving a child...
I let my kid be a vegetarian, but I would give them a meat smoothie when I wouldn't let them know. I wouldn't... I'm not going to let you know, but I'm going to give you a meat smoothie. And I wouldn't do that. It's terrible. It would be a pain in the ass to have a vegetarian kid or a vegan kid, though, because then I got to fucking cook for him special. Pain in the ass. I gotta be the one to look into the diet. Oh, my 12-year-old wants to be fucking vegan. All right, we'll support this. I got to look into the right diet, the right nutrition. I got to feed them this, that, you know what I mean? I got to do all the fucking work.
Food that their parents don't want them to eat? No. I do think that once a kid is old enough to say, I want to try this, if you are a parent saying, no, you can't have that, that's shitty. But it's your kid. But all of that is
now that I'm looking at this like very explicitly, I'm pretty sure I've seen the core video on TikTok like a month ago or two, and it was just like silly, stupid stuff.
Completely irrelevant, because what it's being compared to is one of the most heinous crimes a human being can commit to the most vulnerable, helpless, and defenseless kind of human that there is.
True, I agree with that. I also do feel like it's not as deep. It's still wrong and inappropriate, and she shouldn't be saying that stuff. But the undertone, the insinuation is that she wants to do this stuff to kids, and I don't think that she does it.
To not only have that image pop up in your head, for that to be your first reaction to seeing a completely innocent video that is clearly a joke is insane enough. To then think, I need to make a video telling everybody to think about this and imagine it is even crazier, and then to round that thought off by saying there's no difference between these two things I'm talking about. That's a line you can't cross. In my opinion, this warrants that vegan teacher being deplatformed. YouTube should not be allowing this.
At the very least, that they should ban the video and take it down. I agree with that.
This kind of shit to be said on their websites. It's inexcusable. I genuinely do not think that I have heard anything comparable to this on YouTube ever. To downplay what is universally agreed to basically be the worst thing a human being can
This baby's funny and killing me right now, though.
Do as being no more reprehensible than feeding a baby a barbecue rib. That's criminal shit. That's a scary little peek into the mind. Even if a person decided to say something like this as a joke, to be comfortable joking about subject matter such as that's already a huge clue as to the kind of person that person is. To say it in a way where you sound very serious about.
Well, I think that the biggest issue about this situation, more than anything else, is that like there's an actual baby on the screen. Right. So like it's one thing to make a weird joke or to make a comment about this, but it's another thing when it's applied to an actual, like we see a kid. It's right in front of us. Like there's an actual kid here. It makes it a lot less appropriate. It's much more inappropriate.
About it, that's pretty concerning. I don't know what this is. I don't know if this is just some sort of crazy kind of rage bait campaign this lady's on, or if this is genuinely how she feels. But either way, I think it is time for YouTube and really any other platform housing this woman to say goodbye. Allowing something like this to continue on your website might just be the worst look you could possibly have. Well, guys, what do you think? I know this woman has said and done some pretty deplorable shit in the past, but this?
Yeah, this one's worse, especially since, again, there's an actual subject for it. Like when she's trying to reclaim the N-word, she's not putting a little black kid on the screen. Although she did create a fake account of her being that vegan Jamal. It's fucking crazy. But yeah. So I actually am curious to watch the video by itself. So we're going to do that real quick.
Imagine that this is your baby.
No.
And you ask your sister to babysit for a little while because you have to run some errands. Imagine that you tell your sister that you are vegan and you don't want your baby to eat any animal products.
Okay.
You trust your sister because you think your sister loves you and respects you.
Yeah.
But when you're not looking...
But when you were 9, you stole her favorite blanket, so she was looking to get revenge.
Your sister takes the dead body part of an innocent animal who didn't want to die and feeds it to your child.
You might as well do something with it. The bitch is already dead. You know what I'm saying, dude? Don't waste it.
Then she makes a video and she posts it for everyone to see. But the feedback she gets isn't of people scolding her for being cruel and betraying her sister's trust.
Yeah, well, it's probably because it's a joke, but then also people don't care about vegans because they're cringe.
The feedback she gets is praise.
Yeah.
This is the kind of vegan-phobic world we live in.
True.
Where a vegan
I'm okay with it, though. It's all right.
mother cannot even trust her own family to follow her instructions and not betray her.
Incredible.
Millions of people have seen this video and have commented that they think it is funny, and they somehow think that this is proof that the baby wants the meat. But look closely.
Yeah. Looking.
This meat is covered in barbecue sauce, which is made of salt, sugar, and spices.
Oh my God.
The baby is enjoying the barbecue sauce, which is vegan.
Yeah.
If this had been a lollipop, the child would have had the same reaction.
Probably.
If this had been somebody's penis covered in sauce, the child would have had the same reaction.
Oh my God. That's fucking crazy. I can't even make a joke. There's nothing to say. What joke can I make about this? This is insane. Holy fuck.
Let that sink in for a minute.
No, I don't want to. That's horrible.
Ponder that.
No, I don't want to think about it.
Picture that.
No.
Feel that in your gut.
Oh, Papa.
Let that imagery wash all over your body.
This is terrible.
And before you can scream and yell and say that there is a big difference between the two, I invite you right now to try to articulate that.
Yeah, you know, when I'm eating a dead animal, it's not going to come. That's the answer to that question. I imagine a weenie, though, might have a disgusting, sick desire from engaging in that behavior. Also, you could transfer an STD, which is not in any of the ribs I've eaten. So.
Because, in fact, there is no difference. If a mother tells you not to put something in her child's mouth, and you do it, you have essentially raped that child's palate.
Oh my God! It got worse! Jesus Christ! What is wrong with you? Wow. Wow. It got worse. I gotta take a second. This is incredible. Jesus Christ. What the fuck is wrong with you? I don't even think this is demonetized. That's fucking crazy. Oh my God.
This baby had a right to maintain her vegan virginity.
Oh my God.
This mother did not consent to her child eating an animal. This child did not consent to eating an animal who didn't want to die.
Yeah, I don't think the child consented to anything because it's a baby and it's stupid, right? So, but also, I think that we're not having that conversation. Also, it's liking the food. It's going nom, 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 nom. So that's a level of consent. I imagine if you eat a food with an enthusiasm, you probably like it. You're probably consenting to eat that food.
On behalf of all good people who live on this planet,
Yeah.
and are able to see right from wrong,
Who elected you?
I apologize to this child. I am deeply sorry that your aunt felt the need to do this to you.
I feel like you should. I feel like you should have apologized for something else with this kid. Thank you for the $2 from Ellington Moose. You'd love my gonorrhea spare ribs, Pop. Okay, incredible.
To all mothers and fathers who are striving to be vegan in this
Yeah.
vegan-phobic world,
Well, thank you.
I salute you. To the millions of people who have commented on this post and laughed about it, try for a moment to put yourself in the position of the animal. This animal did not
I don't want to be dead, so I don't think I will do that, girl.
want to die. This is somebody's rib. Somebody's rib. It is somebody's body part. The animal wanted to be with his or her family.
You don't know that. Let's see. Let's see which one she's This is somebody reposting it. I don't know where the original video is though. I can't find is this the original video? No, there's so many there's so many reposts of this video. It's crazy. Look at all these baby eating ribs. Lots of reactions to the baby. What the fuck? Why'd that happen? Oh, okay. There we go. I think this is the one. Ba, 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 ba. Whoa, I love those ribs. Funny baby. Baby fever. 5-minute fails. Incredible. I think this is another repost, though. Lots of reposts. Lots of baby stuff.
Animal had a right to live. All animals have a right to be free.
Yeah.
To live their lives
I mean, they are expensive, so I wish they were free, you know.
without being commodified, tortured, raped, killed, and dismembered.
Incredible.
All babies have a right to maintain their vegan virginity.
Okay.
Babies do not consent to having body parts put into their mouth.
Again, you know, the conversation about consent can exist outside of food. But if a baby enjoys a food you're giving them, that would be considered a level of consent, right? Specifically for the food, because they need food to live. They don't need bad stuff to live, right? So, yeah. Incredible. This is fucking wild.
Whether it's a penis or a rib or anything else. The only body part that should ever have come into contact with this baby is his own mother's arms and her breast milk.
What if he didn't consent to drink the breast milk? What makes him able to consent to the breast milk but not to the rib? What's the difference?
We live in a twisted world, but we can change. Let's do that.
This isn't really motivating any change. I think if anything, there's more people deciding to go and buy pounds of meat and throwing it in the garbage than it is inspiring people to stop eating meat.
When you look at the comments below, try to imagine the kind of person who is writing them.
Okay.
Try to imagine their face, what they look like,
Let's see.
the kind of circumstances they're living in, how deranged they are, how psychotic they are. If there are good people who are reading this, now is your chance to step forward. Share this video with anyone you know who is vegan. Share this video with anyone
you probably should. Yeah, you shouldn't eat mother's arms either. That's true.
you know who has a baby. And if you haven't yet done so,
Here, please send this to anybody I know with a baby. Stay away from this person.
watch the documentary called Dominion Movement on YouTube.
Wow. I'm going to go take a bowel movement after this stream. Thank you for the $2 from GD. Bambi's mom has tragically passed away. Wow. I thank you for keeping me updated on all these tragic deaths. Hopefully Freddie Mercury doesn't pass away one day.
It's free. Then share that too. Thank you to all kind people who are here today with me. If you find value in my work, like this video, subscribe.
Well, I guess I found the level of value in your work because I watched it and made content out of it. But not so incredible stuff.